Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Pravina Talks. So, today I have two beautiful sisters here with me. I think most of us in Malaysia and also it's going worldwide. A lot of people are familiar with them through social media and also their pages. So, I'll let them introduce themselves. So, you can go.
Hi everyone, I'm Suvita Rajasingham.
And I'm Jivita Rajasingam. So we are actually the owners and co-founders of Pattushastra.
Yeah, so you can tell us more about your brand.
Okay.
Sure. So basically, there are three of us siblings, three of us sisters. So 13 years ago, we came up with this idea of starting our own sari boutique. So it all started with our own wedding shoppings, where we were not able to actually find the type of saris that we really wanted. So we saw the gap in the market where this kind of authentic Kanjivarams are missing in Malaysia. So that's when we thought, I think we should bring it to Malaysia and people should really we should really change the sari game over here in Malaysia. Let people actually wear proper Kanjivarams. So that's how the idea came about 13 years ago. And yeah, and we started, that's how we started. And of course, we also love saris. Yeah. We love saris a lot. We were inspired by our grandmother, who had beautiful Kanjivaram silk sari collection, and we just want that to be passed down to the next generation. And so we thought the best is we have to do it ourselves. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it started. And when we started very small. We started at our home base, and at that time we just had a portion of our home dedicated to this part where we actually welcome clients to view and purchase. Then we slowly grew out to renting a shop lot. For a couple of years, for a year we were in Puchong, and then we moved to back to PJ, and until today we are still we are now at section 11 Petaling Jaya, but previously we were at another shop lot at section 14 Millennium Square. Then 4 years already, actually this is the fourth year, we actually have our own house of silk. We call it a house of silk because the entire space, it's a huge bungalow lot which is dedicated, built and designed by us just for handloom saris and veshtis.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I have been to the bungalow in PJ.
nice.
It's really beautiful, especially the arts that you have. On the walls and the whole feel of like entering into Kanjivaram boutique and the feminine energy in the place. It was like so beautiful. How did that idea came? I'm sure it was not an easy one. Like you said, you started very small initially from your home, and then you expanded, and then till to where you are now. So, what made you to turn it into a bigger business, a brand? Now it's a brand. It's so well known.
So actually, from the start, we've already set our mind that we want this to be a brand, not just like sell saris from catalog kind of thing. No, we handpick all our saris, and we wanted like Pattushastra to be known for very unique collection. Okay, and yeah, so we actually faced a lot of challenges from the beginning. Until today, there are still lots of challenges. So, like one, for example, a big challenge was during COVID. So that time we were at the shop lot in PJ, section 14. So, but we already actually had this vision in our mind that one day we want to open like a very homely kind of environment place. We had that in mind. So we were always on the lookout for the ideal place for that. And somehow during that COVID time, we came across this place that we are now currently in. And when we saw the place, it felt like, okay, we can do this, right? And we had so many ideas in our mind, like how to transform the place into our own sari house of silks, right? Yeah, so we worked together, from scratch, like the whole renovation, the ideas for the interior, the furniture and everything. We actually have like what we call the behind the scenes, the progress of us actually.
Oh, okay.
We have the video actually
In the YouTube,
in
yeah.
our YouTube
Okay.
actually. So it wasn't easy. It took us like almost 6 months to do out the plays and all. Yeah. So like I said, there were many challenges along the way, but the thing is, we never gave up, and it was our passion. So we didn't want to give up on that, and that's what actually motivated us to keep going. And yeah, that's why we are here now.
Actually, like if a lot of them will actually say like, during COVID couldn't do anything and all that. We actually, I guess that was like one a wake up point for us where we thought that, okay, yes, we were all house arrest and everything, but then we had this. We were always constantly working, because for handlooms you can never stop supporting the weavers, and we never wanted. The reason why we started was to support the weavers. So no matter what, even a huge pandemic such as COVID came, we never wanted to stop. So we kept on working at our own pace and everything. And when we found this place, we were like, we saw so many actually, but only this was the one that actually spoke back to us. The condition was really bad. And but we made it. So that's one way to actually tell ourselves that this is just not a business. It's actually a very personalized passion that we actually have grown to make it a brand today. So
Yeah, we want the space to actually reflect our collection as well. Like when people walk in, like there's no pressure to like or get confused or like don't find anything there that suits them. No, when they walk in, we want them to get the feel like I want to buy something here kind of feel. Like so that I think it reflects in our place.
And
like,
also we have built it in a way where we actually it's like almost like a library like that, where you go to every section, there's something different, and they are all handloom stuff. So we actually take them through a journey through the boutique itself.
It's beautiful to hear that like it's not just a boutique, it's not just a business, but it's more than that. Like you put your heart and soul into it. That's why it can sustain for such a long period
like she
of
said,
time.
like it's like feels like a library, right? So like in a library, every book has a story, but in our boutique, every sari has a story.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually quite a lot of them actually have told us that, like, they like to meet us because we share the stories.
Like every sari, even here right now, what you can see, every sari here on display is actually has a whole different story how it's made. It's all from
and
different
why it's made.
different parts, different states of across India, and everything has a unique story actually.
Maybe you can share one, pick one, and share with us so that we can get an idea.
Can do Kanta or what?
So over here, our collections, we actually have got various types. We have Kanjivaram, where we started off, and then we moved in to more of an artisanal weave. So the artisanal weaves are more of the North India mixed with South also. So weaves such as this one, this is a story to say, because we actually work with one of a very dedicated NGO from West Bengal. And the reason why we work with them is, you see, India, they actually have a lot of NGOs, but we particularly work with them because they actually take women from one of the largest slum in Calcutta.
Wow.
So that particular NGO, they actually started off with just 15 ladies working, but because we joined forces with them and all that, now they actually have about 85 ladies, and they weave our saris.
So they provide them the training how to do this embroidery work, and then they create these beautiful
Weaves.
saris. They do the embroidery.
And the best part is, not only they get to weave our saris, we also support their families. So their kids can get to go to schools, they get to study. So this NGO actually also have schools for them, where the kids actually come while the mothers are weaving the saris and all that. Because they are really, really from a very, very poor background. But they are even unable to leave the slum and go and to get their own jobs and all that. So now that the NGO is there, they get their time
Okay.
to leave the kids to the school, so they, like a daycare, and then they actually weave these. They don't only weave our saris. They also do a lot of other handcrafted items and products and all that, where we also support them. So when there's an event, we will give out our orders.
Okay.
They do our bags
Okay,
and all that. Yeah. So that's why sometimes when a few of them will come and ask us, you don't have the grand boxes.
Okay.
Why you we are buying
some
saris
kind of
and all, but
exclusive,
boxes and all, but we will always say our boxes, our packaging and all, they're very sustainable. Plus it actually has a meaning when you you're actually taking back something that's very precious. So we want that instead of giving just something looking grand, but it actually
there's
doesn't
no
bring
meaning,
any meaning to it. So that's one of the stories.
Okay.
Yeah, if we tell you about all, I think 1 hour.
Yeah. No, even one is so I would say it's so heartwarming to listen that when you run a business, like you said, there's passion to it, there's story to it, and also it's really very touching to know that you have a purpose behind it as well.
Yeah.
You are enriching lives. You are helping kids with their education.
Exactly.
I'm a teacher by profession,
Yeah.
so I know the value of education, and especially when kids parents can't afford them, and like it's very sad to see where will they go in life in future. So when you can address that by supporting them, that's huge.
Yeah.
So it's really very, very heartwarming.
Something very small.
Yeah.
But if everything goes well, does well, why not do something? Give
something
give them
to give back to the
to them.
community.
So that's why, because this talent weaving any of the saris, they are coming from India.
yes.
People may ask us, there are also needs in Malaysia. How come you are going to India and supporting? But if you ask us, what our business or our passion actually is coming from there. So we want to give them back. They are weaving every single pieces. So how else we can? This is the only way. Yeah. So that's one of the stories.
Yeah. It's very nice, and I think personally I would appreciate what you are doing. It's such a huge thing, although it looks and sounds small, but the impact that it will give, it's a big thing. So thank you for doing that. And how about like running business as sisters? Like initially it started with 3 of you, and then so how's that? Sometimes we hear stories that it's a bit difficult. It's better to do with someone like your friend or like someone like a business partner rather than your own family members or siblings, because clashes might happen, or at the end of the day the relationship and the bond might be ruined and things like that. So how has it been?
A lot of them have asked us this.
I know, because it's not something easy, because it's like material wealth and also your bond.
Yeah.
It's 2 different things.
So actually, our elder sister she's still like behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gives us moral support for this because she has her own professional career. So she's moved on. She's more concentrating on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 2 of us have taken over this full time. Yeah, but we still look for her for some advice or something. She's there, but between the 2 of us, I think the thing is that we both are very different. Okay, and we know that, right? So there is no point in certain we have the same. Actually, when I say different is we
Different but
do share,
same.
we are different but same. We share the same vision or our long-term goals or what we want for the brand. We are on the same path when it comes to that. Okay, so I think that's what is important. Okay, we are different maybe in the terms of our what we call our styling or the colors or designs that we like is different. So that brings a variety to our collection. But when it comes to running the business itself, we actually, we believe it or not, actually we actually agree on a lot of things. Like when it comes to expansion, like you see that place that like our current boutique, she saw it first, okay, and then she told me, I saw this place, you should come and see. Okay, the thing is, she didn't tell me anything about it. So when I went and saw, actually both of us had the same thought, okay, this is doable, okay, even though the place looked very rundown and all, but we both had the same kind of energy or aura to that place. So I think that kind of actually
Pulled it off.
yeah, it works for us. Yeah, so like even for this this podcast thing also, right, for today also, when you contacted us, we both of us had the same, okay, we should give it a try kind of thing. It's never like I want to do, but I don't want you want to do.
It's never actually touch wood. It has never came to that.
We will usually like even if it's something totally new, we like okay, maybe she is more into it. Then say okay, let's give a chance and see. And we will never know, kind of. Yeah. So yeah, it's important to have that same like
wavelength or vibe. I don't know what you call it. Yeah. But even like we are different, but we know where to meet at the middle point.
Okay.
So like sometimes like there are certain things I really cannot do and I don't have the interest to do. But then that's when my sister will step up and she'll be like, okay, that one is somehow I'll push it to her and she will do it. And then there are some things that she won't look into it and she knows that okay, somehow I will come in and I will look. So it actually balances. And also we don't have that thing that who's going to take back what. I don't think so. That probably comes from our mom and her siblings because they were always brought up like that. And she has always raised us by sharing those kind of stories, how they grew up and, how difficult their lives was. But there was no difference among the siblings. So we also probably that's one reason why we never really differentiate. Like I told you, we have been asked these questions like so many times until like nowadays people also know already that they really work well together.
I think like there's no like a very we don't have that sibling rivalry kind of thing. Or
nothing.
Like oh, you are doing more than me, or you're getting more attention than me.
Seriously no. And whatever that comes, and whether it's good or bad, we all take it in.
Okay.
So it's never like I take the good, she takes the bad. It's never like that.
If anything goes wrong, also we always
will step in and
we don't blame like this is your fault. This because of you. We don't do that. We know like end of the day it's still a business that we run together.
Correct.
So why we only take the good? Even when it's bad, we have to share that as well. Yeah. So
the responsibility is always throughout the whole time. It's everything.
We help each other, right? Because we also have our own families, and and kids and
responsibilities.
So we have to like kind of work around that as well.
The family part also. That's where our eldest sister comes in a lot of the time. So it's also a part of running this show. And who's taking care of the kids at the back? It's mostly her. So like
like now both of us are here at this hour.
So it's like so she will do all the settling of after school activities and all that. Because people ask us where y'all get the energy to do all the videos y'all are doing, how y'all are managing and all. That's because we have very good support. From our family.
That's really interesting and also nice to hear that. And I think one insight that both of you shared is to celebrate the differences. You will have differences. That's definitely. So you cannot expect everything to go on par or everything to be same. But how you balance it, like you celebrate the differences and also accept the individuality. Like certain things you are good at it, or you might like to do it. Certain things it's not your cup of tea, so you pass it to her. So how you balance things?
So I think that's why being sisters it works for us. Yeah, because we brought up from small together, so we know the nature of each other.
Yeah. No, that's a plus point actually. We always hear all the negativity that comes of like siblings doing business together. You will have rivalry, you will have jealousy. But we fail to look at the positive side, like you mentioned. It's so much easier.
Exactly.
Because you know everything about a person. There's nothing much they can hide from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like cannot escape also.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
It's so surprising when you mention now. Like we have always learned to look more at the negative side of it. We fail to look at that so much positive into it as
Correct.
well. Like how you balance, like your elder sister helps with behind the scenes, and you know, and how has this increased the bond between you? I like, you know, over the years, before this and after this. I mean, before Pattushastra, I mean, you were always sisters, but now I'm sure this journey, like, you know, more than 10 years, has brought you a lot of, you might have faced a lot of challenges together, a lot of ups and downs together. So how has that transformed your relationship, three of you?
Basically, we don't do anything without talking to each other every other day. So whether it's something personal or it's not personal, it's some random gossip we want to talk about, or whether it's a family very important matter or it's related to the business, we are always chatting.
Okay.
So that's how close we are. We take trips
Yeah,
together.
we travel together.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
also one of the
That's
best
nice.
parts.
Yeah, the best part. So we make sure that the whole family, we are always together, and then we are very close. So that's the thing, I guess. Yeah, it has just brought us closer, the whole business thing and all that. And it also helps because as family we are very close. So when she needs to go off somewhere, and then I step in, and then when I need to go off, she steps up. Yeah, so it's quite easy. It has made it easier.
Easier.
Yeah.
That's nice. Interesting. And my next question for you both is, I'm sure before Pattushastra came in, you were having like full-time job. I think so. You might have education background in something else. So maybe you can share that with us, so that, like, you know, maybe there might be lots of people out there who are interested to run a business or any kind of business for that matter, but might have that fear that's holding them back. Will I sustain? Will this be okay if I leave my full-time job? Or like, you know, can I, you know, have a livelihood for another 10, 20 years? You know, all these fears, I think it might have kicked in with you as well. So what were you doing before Pattushastra? And what made you all to like sit a day and say like, no, okay, we are quitting the job and we are doing this full time? It's not an easy decision. So you can share about that. That would be so useful for everyone watching.
All right. So actually, I was a lecturer. So I was a full-time lecturer until.
Were you in like clothing kind of related thing?
No.
Total.
So I was in mass communication.
Okay.
So journalism.
Okay.
Majoring in journalism. So I was teaching. So in 2000. So we actually already started the business somewhere along that way.
2012.
Along the way, while I was still working. So it was tough a bit in the beginning. Like I got the full-time job, then I also have to see the business as a part-time thing. Then slowly, like my passion shifted more towards the business.
Okay.
Yeah. So in 2017, I actually quit my full-time teaching. And then my business became full-time and I was teaching part-time.
Shifted.
I shifted.
That's like 4 to 5 years after you have started the business.
5 years.
5 years.
2012 we started. So
Yeah.
2017,
Okay. So it's gradual. Okay.
So, so the thing is, I saw like, I liked doing, this business. So I decided to quit my lecturing position. But I didn't want to actually, at that time, I still didn't want to fully let go the teaching side of me. So I was doing part-time teaching. And finally, actually, when we opened this new place, as in the House of Silk, our new place, after somewhere middle of COVID. That's when I decided to also stop the full teaching as well and concentrate full time in the business. Okay, is what strike me is I realized that if I want to grow my business, if you want to expand the business, I cannot be holding on to the plan B. Yeah, which is my teaching profession. Like I'll be like, oh, if this doesn't work out, I can still
Safe
got my
space. I have a safety backup.
So that is, I think, what you should let go. Like, you have one, because once I don't have a plan B, okay, so think of it like this. So since I don't have plan B, it's like I have to put my heart and soul into the business. That's when you actually work for
You
the
have
business.
no choice now.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you have.
So you will actually put effort for the business. So I think some psychologically or what, it actually helps. Yeah. And anyway, there was no time already. Like the business needed like my full concentration really. Then I can't concentrate on a teaching job as well, which also takes a real a lot of energy as well. So I saw like my strength is in this business. So that's when I decided like to go full time on this. Yeah. That's my story. Yeah.
How about yours?
So mine, I'm actually a biomedical graduate, and then I was attached to one of the local universities, and I did further my focus on medical education. So once I finished my master's, I actually was working in the department under medical education for the medical program.
Okay.
So the job was mostly focusing on those 5 years course of medical. And more towards the academic and student affairs. So I was doing this and then juggling Pattushastra.
Okay.
So while doing, I just started to realize a few things why I thought that, okay, it's time for me to also put a pause for my medical education, because I started learning here. So for me, I always like new things. I cannot do the same thing.
You'll get bored.
Yeah. I always will try to find something new. So that's when this really took over me. So I felt like every time we meet a new weaver, we meet a new loom, we get to meet somebody new, and we go there and we learn a lot of things. We literally stay with them, we talk to them, and we learn their habits, their nature and all that. I felt like I like this learning. So, and when I like it, I will tend to do it better.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that we wake up to and we are
Feel
happy.
excited,
No matter how tired we are, we will show, we will come, we will be there, and we will do it. So that's what I wanted as my long term.
Okay.
Right? So it does not mean that I'm going to let go of my medical education. I still read and I still do stuff like, I love reading about that. And I always tell my husband, like, maybe someday I will go back into it as well, when this is maybe in a more autopilot kind of a thing. But at this point, of course, no. Like what my sister said, when we opened up the new place, it really required our time and energy there. There's no point of just opening up something big and then just letting somebody to run it, or know, and not giving what we really wanted to start. So that's how we actually decided that we both will focus on this. And like I said, as now she was a mass comm journalist, so I'll give her all the writing parts of the so the and then the other parts we will take in. So it all just worked out for us. So it was never a regret. It's like my mom, she always will tell us, don't stop studying, never stop studying, no matter how old you are, never stop studying. So this is also studies for us, this is also education for us. And that's what we are very different from any other brand out there. We don't just start something to just generate money or just let it to run on its own. We learn a lot of things. We speak about it.
It's a journey.
And we share those to our clients, whoever comes in to Pattushastra. So that's why we would say that if you want to start a business, it does not mean that it's going to be successful, but there has to be that sacrifices that you are making. Yeah. So the sacrifices we have made for now is our professional jobs, but when we look at this is something we are actually enjoying to do.
It's like we don't wake up really like, oh, I have to go now.
Yeah.
we don't
like
have
a
that,
routine kind of a life.
We don't have that kind of feelings or thoughts. It's like, okay, I can't wait for today.
So even like our
it's always
team,
like that.
when they come and see us in the boutique, they always ask us, so today, what are we doing? Because they know we will never do the same thing.
Okay.
We even in our Kanjivaram saris also, they are always different.
Okay.
We'll never bring the same saris back again. So that's something very different about us.
We always like have to come up with some new concepts.
So that's also
ideas.
very stimulating. Very, we are also studying those kind of things. So we have actually never left what we love because we are just applying it elsewhere. So that's why we would like to tell people, any business you can start, but then it should be something that you really want to do, not because somebody else is doing and being successful.
So
then
you can just copy that.
You can just copy, and I also can start. But no, it doesn't work that way. There's a lot of dedication that actually it requires and sacrifices throughout.
That's thank you so much for sharing that, because we do see a lot of people, like you said, they see someone else doing and they feel like they can do it, but they're not sure whether it's really their passion or whether they can put all their heart and soul into it and sustain it for the for the next 10 or 20 years, and then they lose all the money and because it requires sacrifices. So and without proper planning and like you said, I think the most important thing, if you don't have your heart and soul into it, then it's not going to survive, and you're going to lose quite a lot of money, time, years.
Actually, being business owner is like a 24 hours thing. If you think like corporate job, you can't handle the 9 to 5, 9 to 6. But business owner is 24 hours. We are playing so many roles in the business.
Correct. And we don't have public holidays. We don't have, we are always in the other side, opposite.
Our weekends are fully
filled.
We will be free on some random day when
okay.
everybody else is working, kind of thing. But we get our, what we call our satisfaction from it.
I think that pays off everything else, right? Like since you said both of you were from different background, means like you don't have like family members or anyone who's into this sari weaving or anything like that. So initially when you started, I think you have to do a lot of background work for it. Like how did you go about it? Like, did you just like take a flight and go down to India and look at all the places that because it's like something totally new out of your.
Correct.
Because I don't know you personally that much, but from what I hear now, it's like you didn't have any background support or anyone there, so it's like it's totally new field. You only had love for the whole thing, saris. So you have to do a lot of background work for it. So to gain the knowledge and then to get the contacts and things like that. So how did you start it?
Like the first few years, right? Like you said, it was very shaky because like we need to establish the trust and connections to the weavers, who they are total random strangers to us. And speaking about India, there are already huge brands over there who's already in the market from generations over generations. And weavers, they are very sincere. They are very dedicated. They're very sincere. They will only do for the ones that they actually have the trust. So like the first here and all, we handpick the saris, but it was never customized to our...
means like you go and they already have it there, like you pick it and you bring it back.
Handpick. So we also noticed like a few times they also see whether these people will come back or not? You know, like, will we continue to
Persist,
support
okay.
them and all that? And our mindset was never to go where those big brands are, you know, always located and all that. We actually took a step further and we went deeper. So it was just like, and we have really good friends over there who actually followed us and
Yeah.
supported us.
Like we really
Yeah.
go into the interiors of Kanjivaram
Yeah.
town, finding all the
Because
weavers.
the common thing that you actually hear people say is like, oh, I went to Kanjipuram, I bought saris from shops there. There itself, they are weaving. You know, they will have they have looms there and all. But the truth is, there's no looms in Kanjipuram. That is the truth. In that city, in that town itself, there's no looms.
Okay.
It's just gimmicks, you know, just to show
Like a
people,
sample of it.
that they, I mean, to set up a loom over there, it's not a problem. You can set it up, but is the real weaving is it really happening there? That's the bigger question. So this, to learn that, it takes time.
Okay.
It's not just about going there, right? And then secondly, as you know, we have no knowledge. We only have knowledge from our grandmother's saris. Yeah, which we still have until today. We still wear them.
Okay.
So from that, we just started like, you know, no, this is not how Hapachi saris were feeling like.
Okay.
So because you see, no matter how Indianized we dress up, they know you are foreigner.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you cannot cheat and say we are locals. So that was a big challenge to break. Then slowly we met their families. Then we met their, there was once they actually served a huge meal for us and all that. So that's when we knew that we were welcome to their homes
Okay.
with, you know, open hearts and all that. And they had the trust in us. So we don't just go there to take saris. We share our lives with them.
Okay.
We tell them a lot of stories. And then we are also meeting customers for first time over here. So we share how people's preferences are different. We cannot have the same design just because some shops or some brands are taking it. We also can't take them, you know. So they like that from us. They always say that you are taking something different, you know, something that it's not, it doesn't really get sold here and all that. So that's how we started.
Okay.
And then eventually, now until today, our first weaver is still with us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We have never left. No,
let them
no.
go.
No matter what, he and his group of weavers, they are still with us.
Okay.
And they do very unique traditional saris. So that's why the brand is also very famous for heritage saris.
Okay.
Because they are very old generation weavers. So that one is something we will never let go.
Yeah, those collection, our heritage, are like something like limited edition.
Okay.
So it's very rare kind of pieces that we are proud to say that we actually have them in our collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until today, people come to our boutique and when they see that portion, they will say that they haven't seen it. No matter they went to 12, 13 shops and all that, they will say they haven't seen those collections.
Okay.
That's because we have these weavers with us. We are lucky to have them.
Okay.
And they weave it. And
Okay.
yeah. So
This is just the South Indian part.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have, but when we do our North Indian collections like these here, you know,
Okay.
This
our
we started
tussar.
3 years ago only.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We ventured, we were like, okay, so now India, every state in India has its own unique sari,
Okay.
you know, collection, its own for in every state, their own silk, and then they have their own unique design. So like Varanasi has Banaras and all that. Then Mysore you have Mysore silk, and then Bengal you have the Bengal silk and all these, right? Yeah. So that was again another trip that we did
Okay.
further north. further
Yeah.
deep into the interiors where we had communication.
Zero.
Barriers.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay,
communication
okay.
barriers.
Broken Hindi.
Yeah, we had to use some broken Hindi to communicate. and
Okay.
all.
So
Yeah, and it was fun, and then
And
also
that's
we
how
a lot
we
of
met
learning
all-
process.
Yeah. West Bengal and all that. These are very new to us. I mean, it's not just the place; it's everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
The whole experience of it, yeah.
the whole experience and all that.
It
But
was like a whole new world of saris like that. Yeah,
and the
so-
heat.
Okay.
We didn't know. I mean, we didn't think about it. We went at a peak summer. So but it was we never stopped.
Okay.
We went deeper and deeper and deeper, and we found these weavers, and now they are with us for 3 years already. And every month we will always communicate with them
Okay.
and work. Now it's May, right? We are already working for our July August collections
Okay.
and all that. So because our collections, even though we don't have different seasons in Malaysia, but in India they have seasons.
Yeah.
So the collections actually changes according to seasons.
Okay.
So same goes to our collections as well. So in this first 4 months, if we have brought this type,
Okay.
that's it. You will not see it throughout the year.
Okay.
You got to wait for another whole year, and the whole weave will be totally different.
Different.
Yeah. So that's why I told you.
Okay.
No matter how much we stop our professional, we haven't stopped learning
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
actually. That keeps you going, right? There's
Yes.
always something you're curious about, something
Yes.
new that enriches your life holistically and things like that. So looks like there's a lot of things that have like brought you to where you are now. When we
Yes.
look it from outside, it's like, oh, it's a big brand, it's famous, but there's a lot of hard work, persistence. I think you're also resilient, like you said, with whatever challenges that you have faced and all that. And I think being together helps a lot as well.
Yeah.
Like you have emotional support.
Correct.
That's so beautiful to see. So now, like after years, and initially you handpicked, right? So now, do you design on your own? Like, do you draw and then ask them to like make it, or like you give them kind of like a story or theme and then they make it, or how does it go now? If the
So-
involvement, yeah.
So we have various ideas in our head,
Okay.
and we are always doing some sort of research, right? And also when we go to the looms, we learn a lot.
Okay.
It's like if it's South India, Kanjivaram, it's so complicated. There are 1,000 hands working on a single sari,
Okay.
and it's so impossible to actually say that I designed it.
Okay.
It's
Understand.
not
Okay,
possible.
okay.
Because we always go with some mindset, ideas and all. Then you have to talk to so many people in order to achieve a single sari. So that is so much of learning.
Okay.
But on the other side, on the North India side, we are mixing and matching
Okay.
things. So like just for an instance, we are very famous for our Tassar silks.
Okay.
Right? So now with Tassar, initially we did embroidery. Now we are doing hand painting.
Okay.
So these are all done in different parts.
Okay.
So we weave the saris, we get it out,
And
we
then you
give
send
it
it
to
to
a
someone.
different
Okay. There's
group
process
of
to it. Okay.
weavers,
Okay.
and then they do their part.
Okay.
So with North India, we are getting a lot of the skilled weavers,
Okay.
artisans, and we are able to mix and match them.
Okay.
So that's why our saris, they come, if there's different types of embroideries, and we have connection to those tribes.
Okay.
So we know which, like this, now you are seeing this in Bengal silk. Previously, we did it in Bangalore silk.
Okay.
So we know how Bangalore silk feels and how it sits on it and all that. Now Bangalore silk we are using for a different weave already.
Okay.
So we brought Bengal silk into Kanta and Kuch. So that's what we do. We do a lot.
Okay.
So in terms to say that we design this one single piece, it does not work that way.
Okay.
We are just working together with them
Okay.
to produce
Okay.
a weave.
Okay.
Actually, that is the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Like because we do hear sometimes people say like, "Oh, I designed it." Like
Because-
so we start like I
I know.
I used to have this conception like is that possible? Like, you know?
No, because
So-
you see the designs, right? These are age old, like hundreds of years old kind of tradition and design. No one now can say I came up with this
This-
design.
okay, yeah, okay.
It's
and
there.
Okay.
we cannot change much for the design part. It has to remain so that it's authentic. When you have a look at that sari, I can tell this is Banaras, that is Kalamkari, this Kanjivaram. It's because the designs are so different from each other
Okay.
that it's unique to that particular the state or the city or the town where the sari is made, you know. Yeah, so we can't interfere so much in that, like I'm going to introduce totally different design.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it won't make sense.
We can, like she said, we can mix match. We can tell colors. Can you add this color with that kind of
Yeah.
color?
So with us,
Yeah.
colors is one thing that we are always different.
Okay.
That is 100% what we give. So we will tell them that this is, put this with this border and all that. That one, yeah, we do that. But other than that, we will work together with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this brutal truth.
Yes.
Because we do hear some misconceptions. You know, they say
We
like,
also,
we can design the whole thing and things like that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being like so truthful, so that people who want to venture into this business, they know
Yeah.
what's the reality behind it. You know, you
Correct.
don't just jump into it and then realize like, oh my God, this is not working, and then
Yeah,
you're
because the
stuck.
weavers also, they also have their like
Tradition.
tradition,
And
like they
their-
don't want to go far off from there as well. Like you go and do something, very you just to get viral or
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't see
We
really
don't
the
see, I
point.
don't see the appreciation
Yeah.
to the art actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these are all art. So there should be a culture and a tradition that is
That's
kept.
preserved,
Yeah.
So
So that's what is important and that's what we are doing. So same goes to our Kanjivaram also. We bring in digital prints, we bring in hand painted Kanjivarams, we bring in really unique designs and all that. But we will never let them to lose what they are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The
So
essence of them.
yeah, that will always be there. Yeah.
That's really nice. I'm feeling very soulful talking to both of you, because there's more into it. You are not doing this just as a business.
Yeah.
It's like part of your life, part of your journey, part of your story, and also part of the story of the weavers.
Yeah.
You know how you collaborate with them and you support each other. So it's really really beautiful to hear the whole journey. Now, but with technology and social media, especially after COVID, I'm sure your business has also seen the change of it. So, how has your business evolved, or how have you utilized social media to promote handloom of Pattushastra? Is it a necessary, like you have to use it? If no, you're going to be like left out, kind of a thing in the market.
yeah. So to say more, I mean, rather than to say like we feel like we don't want to be left out, so we better jump on this trend. We don't really think it that way. We do agree that we need to use social media to, like we said, our long-term goal is like to actually create awareness about authentic saris and weavers and artisan weaves. We want to let more people to know. So for that we do need social media.
Okay.
And we do informative videos. We
Yeah.
always do and share information with people, like what is special about this sari, how is it made, the fabric and the hard work that goes in. We need social media for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And we don't just see it as like because it's trend, what is trending, we do that.
Okay.
We don't just
hardly do that actually.
Yeah.
For us, like because for us we have every element, whether it's fun, it's informative, or it's going to be just products or
products,
anything. We combine every element and we make sure that everything is out there. So if you are a person that's very interested into product knowledge, then you will enjoy that.
Okay.
Because there's varieties of clients that would
we cannot
viewers,
we cannot be like so I don't want to be on social media, I can grow my business.
Yeah.
It's not it's not being honest if you
Yeah.
say like I don't want to use social media.
Correct.
By just word of mouth I can grow my business kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, of course that's important. Customer service and word of
Yes.
mouth is important, because one fine day, what if suddenly this whole social media is
Collapse,
not
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There are chances
There
of
are
that
chances of
happening.
that.
So we make sure that we tick every box. So whether the person is in our boutique or the person is unable to attend, that service that we are giving, it's throughout.
Okay. Yeah.
How it's reaching them, we try to use all the methods.
Platforms,
Because like if you look into our Google, we have very good reviews about the brand. That's because people are actually coming to us. But there are also reviews of people who have not met us but have purchased our product. So that's because they have been following us in our medias
Okay.
and on our platforms, and they got interested, and then they nudge us.
So if a business say like
it's a balance.
I just gonna use traditional way, I don't want the social media. I mean, at this time, this age and this era, it's not really workable.
Yeah.
You still need social media to put your name out there. Yeah.
I mean,
And use it in the right way.
yeah.
Don't just
Okay.
do something like just to go viral. You know,
Yeah.
we don't believe in that.
Okay.
That one we will say. We don't
because
believe
like
in that.
for us,
Just
right,
do something for
our
viral.
videos are just we wouldn't say our videos are reaching viral videos. We do not have that.
Okay.
But we have very authentic viewers,
Okay.
and we have good number of followers,
Followers, like
that
genuine
actually
followers, which we
knows,
grew organically.
yeah, who actually knows
No,
what
I like
we are
that
doing.
phrase,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we grew organically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So over these 13 years, whatever that is shown on our platforms are the truth,
Okay,
actually.
okay.
So it does not have to have 1 million views. And where is it? Who are the viewers?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you are asking me.
Yeah.
So we do not target for that. We
Okay.
just target for reasonable amount of content and also
views, yeah.
and views. Yeah. If not, there's actually no meaning to what we are doing.
Yes. I totally understand.
So
If not, like, what's the point? You do the video,
and
But
then
that's the people. Like, who's the one?
yeah. Many times, many have actually approached us and said that, this is, we have this many number of followers, you should combine with us, collaborate with
Okay.
us,
Okay.
this and that. We have turned down a lot of
Okay.
that kind
Okay.
of, because at the end, this needs to bring a meaning to who's actually.
Yeah, what is the purpose of the collab? Will that actually bring out the message that we want?
Yeah.
Will
Will
they,
it like really bring the customer that you want?
Exactly, that's one.
can
and
we create the end product is actually represents our brand? Or not?
Yeah. The branding is so important in many terms. It's not just it's just not what is trending. It's never our idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that like you have so much of trust and love for your brand. It's something you carry like from your grandma, and then what your mom taught you about life, and also the saris and stuff, and then it's your sisterhood now. So it's more than just selling saris.
Yeah, because our mom's very simple and our auntie is very close to us.
Okay.
So she's the one who's with this dress up, draping and all that. So the sari was passed on from her mother to her and then to us.
Okay.
So she's basically is the one who taught us about the saris and all. Mom was there coaching us about all the good benefit family and how you unite as one, and the other side. So that's how this whole thing combined and brought us again is these two ladies who's been who actually raised us and brought
inspiring
us.
you,
We taught them knowing, they're so simple. They are stay-at-home housewives and all that, but they're the one who
The impact
actually
that they made in you.
brought to us. So yeah.
That's so beautiful. I love to see both of you in saris. I love saris, but the thing is I don't know how to drape one.
We should have made it a point, right, for her to wear a sari.
So how do you go about like draping it so easily like this? Like for me, like it's such a I love saris, but I love looking at this. Like even the point that I realized that I want to bring you in because I've been a fan of your boutique and the things that you bring in, the stories you tell. I knew like there's more into this than just selling saris. But the thing is, the draping part is the most difficult. So how do you make it
We are
like
not so good.
no, because I
The
see that you wear it
comfort,
more often, like you're so comfortable
it's just
with it.
a practice actually. The more you tie,
Okay.
drape the sari.
Yeah, and the collections also. We like saris
Okay.
that are suitable for everybody
Okay.
at any time.
Okay.
So that's why in our collection we never categorize this is wedding, this is
Okay.
engagement, this is for
okay.
registration or
Dinner,
whatever.
graduation.
We don't do that.
Okay.
This same sari you add on something and deck it up, it becomes grand.
Okay.
And the same thing you can even use for a casual chit chat
Chit-chat, okay.
and talk. So it's how we look at it.
Okay.
And that's how our collections actually portray it.
Okay.
The richness of the collection actually comes with the labor.
Okay.
So for the work that they actually do in this sari, that's the richness actually.
Okay.
It does not need to be like a full grand sari to be a wedding
Wedding
sari.
sari.
We do not believe in that.
Okay.
We actually believe like even a very simple sari, but the amount of time a weaver actually spent doing that is probably what we want to
Is end of the day
showcase,
how you feel wearing that sari.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel wearing the
Very-
sari?
yeah.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah.
Because so we carry saris not because it's our job, but we carry them because we feel really comfortable in it.
And good at.
And it feels good. It feels light.
Even
and
I
easy.
feel the the feminine energy.
Yeah.
You.
So
yeah.
we love styling our blouses in different ways.
Okay.
We add on to the hype by doing this kind of thing,
Okay.
and then we go and search for different unique accessories
Okay.
every time.
Okay.
Every time we are out in India, Singapore, Malaysia, everywhere, we have friends throughout doing different accessories and all that. So we purchase from them.
Okay.
And most of the time, we take it for our own use actually, in order to style and feel good with saris.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
The
that's
goal is like we want eventually we want people to like not think twice when it comes to wearing a sari, like to any event, like okay, I'm wearing a sari, like if it's a red carpet event, I'm getting an
Yeah.
award, like I'm graduating, okay, sari. I'm going for a coffee date,
Sari, yeah.
It doesn't have to be like
Only
so
like special big event.
only
That's
for
it.
temple, only for weddings. No need actually.
We want people to wear it, and especially in a country like Malaysia, the weather is actually quite suitable to wear sari
Saris,
throughout the
yeah.
year. People should wear more saris actually. Yeah, and men also should
Wear
Indian
veshtis.
men start wearing veshti.
Okay.
Yeah, just like how they always just with the pants and maybe the jippa. Yeah, they should also
Wear veshtis.
start wearing veshti. Veshti is like sari also is amazing. You can wear
Yeah.
so many different ways.
Styles. Yeah.
Styles. Men should start doing that.
Nice. I should start learning.
Yes, we hope we have inspired you.
No, I always love saris, but that's why I called you. Yeah, but it's just the draping part. Yeah, so I think I should go and learn it.
Yeah,
But
it's
yours,
very
the
easy.
one that you are wearing looks a bit easy. It doesn't look like so.
Yeah, these
so
are
these
light
are the
weight,
artisans
light-
ones.
artisans,
She's
okay.
wearing a pure linen,
Okay.
and I'm wearing a pure matka.
Okay.
So the texture is different, the
Okay.
weave is different,
Okay.
and they are very lightweight.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's much easier.
Yeah,
Okay.
today also we wore with just crop tops, and we were wearing saris in the boutique, and we were there.
okay.
So yeah, those kind of things is possible. It's a day-to-day thing.
Okay, I should wear saris to school.
Yeah, yeah, that's the best. One day in a week,
Okay.
make it.
Yeah. I used to tell my mother, when I reach 40, after my 40s, I want to wear lots of like cotton saris to school with
simple
high
ones,
neck
yeah.
and all. My mom said, you go and learn fit it to drape one per so soon. I think, it's so beautiful to see how you carry it with so
Thank
much
you.
of pride and like, you really love not only selling it, but
Yeah.
also wearing it and the whole
And we turn
story.
heads, People actually turn and look like, what's this? It's an attire that we should be proud to
of.
carry.
Yes. Your root and
Yeah, so I think everyone should actually.
That's beautiful. And I think we are going to wrap up. So where do you see Pattushastra in 5 years?
In everybody's closet.
Wow. That's
It's
great
never
answer.
about we have the same understanding and vision. It's never about opening 10 branches
Or big mall.
across. No,
Okay.
it's never like that. We can reach them at anywhere
Okay.
because that's how our weaves can actually travel.
Okay.
And we would like to see a majority of them owning at least one Pattushastra Saree or Veshti in their closet. And that will be like a treasure for them because these are treasures actually. They are very
I saw
valuable.
the moment you were arranging it. Even when you were arranging it, you are like touching it with like so much of like care.
You're very particular.
Yeah, like you really take care of it. Like it's not just a thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Definitely
Yeah.
not.
So we make sure that this actually reaches people. So it doesn't matter where we are located, but we would want a part of Pattushastra to be with them. Yeah, that's the main.
Yeah. That's the main.
Yeah.
And finally, do you have anything that you would like to say to me or to my talk show or like to viewers out there? Yeah.
I think thanks for getting us,
Recognizing,
recognizing us and also inviting us to be a part of this podcast. So like earlier you asked, right, like all this social media and whatever. So podcast this is our very first podcast.
Okay. I'm glad that you.
So like I mean podcast is like the thing right now and we are very happy to be a part of it as well. And we wish you to have a very successful
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
and more inspiring people to come on your show.
That's the intention behind why I started this. Like,
so we are very happy that you actually thought that we are
We are
inspiring enough to be
because I'm also a person like something like you. That's why I think I could relate.
Yeah.
Like, I look into like stories, like how, the journey. I think that's what life is all about. It's not of running or chasing or only monetary, not
like
that.
you do anything like you feel like okay, there's a purpose I'm doing it, like we get this a lot also, like, oh, you just selling sarees, wasted, you studied, we say, what's the point in studying, why you did masters, like what, but they don't see the at the end of the day the satisfaction that we have from what we are doing is what's important,
And the feel of it, like,
so we want people to not have this mindset of looking at someone like, oh, they're just selling sari. Oh, they're just selling cakes.
Okay.
Oh, they're just a home baker.
Yes, very surface level.
Like, oh, it's just this kind of comments
So,
and
like
why?
education is very important. We will say that we will never stop educating anybody. But at the same time, passion, and when education and passion combine, right, the end results is a very successful journey actually.
Yes.
So we will never stop anybody from going chasing their passion. It does not mean that you got to stop and pause and get stuck.
I think education gives you the world
Yeah.
knowledge, the experiences you
Exactly.
need, and then you
And
take
the mindset to manage
Things.
anything is there because you have a good education. So that's why like mainly whenever this topic comes, our mom only comes into the picture about how much she has put into our head that education is important. And our dad also never stopped us from continuing whatever we wanted to study.
Okay.
He always tell us, go study, but do what you want to do. Right? So that's very important.
Thank you so much for sharing such a, I would say this is a very meaningful message that, for youngsters, whoever who's looking into venturing into business, be it any kind, that education is still important. You need a certain level of education. And then you can go and do your passion because you still need the experiences that
help.
comes. Yeah, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. And doesn't mean that if you have a certain degree, you can't venture into something else. Both of you are a great example that if you follow your heart, you will be happy, and eventually you will reach where you want to go,
Yeah.
your destination. Yeah, but the education is a part that supports you to do
Yeah,
that. So thank
definitely.
you for sharing that. And usually in my talks, what's special in Pravina talks is whoever guest that comes in that to share their inspiring story and journey, I will usually get a quote for them. Like it's either I'll find something that I feel resembles them, or sometimes I create one for them. It depends. So for both of you, I've created one. So
Okay.
like yeah, so let's listen to it, and then we'll wrap this off. Okay. So Pattushastra Saree entrepreneurs who drape dreams and memories.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's nice.
So
Nice.
Dreams,
I
dreams and
really
memories.
feel like whenever I've seen you like for years now, like I've came to your boutique before and things like that. So you do like like you said, it's a journey. You tell people stories, and you are creating stories and dreams for yourself and also for people out there, making life so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
Yeah, so
we won't
and-
forget that. Yeah.
So thank you so much for accepting
Thank
my invitation and
Thank
for
you.
sharing so much of your knowledge and your journey. And I'm sure that even if it helps only one person who's watching it to enhance their journey in life or inspire them in any field, this is a success. This episode is a success for me. So
Sure,
that's the
sure.
intention behind it.
We hope so too.
Yeah, thanks for being so open and being so truthful in sharing all your journey. I really
Pleasure.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Our pleasure.
All right,
yeah,
thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Please come over to Pattushastra.
I will.